Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds. Yesterday I asked you guys, because that's how fast I am, what videos you wanted to see from me, and several of you commented my top 10 Montale Manceras. Now, I have 10 Montale and Manceras combined, so I actually did them in one list. Rather than rating the 2 Montales on one list and the 8 Manceras on another list, I thought this would probably be a better way to go, and I think it kind of gets across the point exactly what I like in what order. Depending on what day you ask me, the order may be a little bit different, because a lot of these when I got them in I was not a fan, but they grew on me, and I can't say that I dislike any of them now, although some of them towards the end I just don't have a lot of occasions where I feel like I would want to pull for them. That's why they made the bottom of the list. I'm gonna go from number 10 up to number 1, number 1 being my favorite, number 10 being my least favorite, although that doesn't mean I dislike it. Now let's start. So number 10, I'm gonna have to go with this one. It's probably the top of a lot of people's lists, but I haven't really had a chance to appreciate this yet. I think this is the season I'm going to, so if you ask me in a little while, maybe a couple weeks down the line, my answer might change, but it's going to be Mancera's Black Gold. This is pretty floral to me. It's pretty clean. It just doesn't feel like something that goes with my aesthetic. It has a little bit of an old school vibe to my nose. I'm not a huge fan of that old school vibe. You know, I need to wear it on skin more times, I think, because every time I wear it on skin, I end up putting a jacket on because it gets cold or something like that. I haven't given it a fair chance. I think maybe if I do, it'll change things up a little bit, but for now, I just don't pull for it a lot, so if I'm being 100% honest, this has to be the bottom of my list because I pull for the other ones way more often, and thus, number 10, Mancera's Black Gold. Alright, number 9 I like because it's a heavy hitter, however, it is the least versatile out of, I'm pretty sure, all the ones I have. Smells good, but a little too peppery for me, and it's going to be Mancera Oud Veneer. It has a bit of a gourmandy feel, but this is pretty heavy. Yeah, you can definitely only wear this in the fall and winter. It's a big projector for sure, and this is a new batch. You can tell by this atomizer and the magnetic cap. Smells good. Pretty peppery though, and it's got a little bit of medicinal oud in here, which is fine, but it's not gonna make it to the top of the list because again, it's really not that versatile to me. It's got a little bit. I think you just have to be really careful, A, how many sprays, and B, exactly how hot it is where you're at, because if it's hot, this is not appropriate at all. I feel like a lot of my other Manceras and Montales I can pull off a lot more often, even though they're pretty strong. I feel like I can pull them off more seasons than this and more occasions, and for that reason, number 9, Mancera's Oud Veneer. Number 8 is one that I did not like at all initially because it was insanely hyped up and I could not figure out what the hype was about, and if you've watched this channel at all, you already know it's going to be Mancera's Instant Crush. This is nice. It's a really nice floral fragrance. It's got that saffron in there. It got compared to Baccarat Rouge 540. I ordered it on that premise, and no, it doesn't smell even a little bit like Baccarat Rouge 540. I mean, other than initially the first time I wore it, I couldn't smell it. It took me a while to smell it, but that doesn't mean it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. It just had one characteristic of it, and I think they both have saffron. They don't smell the same. It smells good now. It's more floral. I can actually smell it. I do like it. For me, it's always been missing something though. So a lot of times when I wear this, even though I do pull it for it a lot more now, I layer it with something. Usually I layer it with a leather because it goes so well with leather fragrances. It actually, that combination is a compliment getter. The one that I've used the most is this with La Yucawam. That combo is fire. And my buddy Eli used this with ombre leather, and he said that was a compliment getter for him too. So if you have Instant Crush, layer it with a leather. It actually kind of feels like that's what Instant Crush was missing from the get-go. That's why it made it all the way up to number 8. To be honest, this could climb up the list. However, I have one that has some similarity to this that I wear a lot more than I wear this, and we'll get up to that further on in the list. So next. So this next one has a note that I love a lot. However, it is very sweet. That is why it didn't make it past number 7, and it's going to be Mancera's Velvet Vanilla. I like this fragrance a lot. I love tuberose. It is pretty sweet though, so for me, it ends up being like kind of a unique club banger, which is really cool, but I can't wear it as often. The one thing I do like about this, the compliment that I got while wearing this is I just smell like a beautiful woman, which that's a pretty nice compliment. I mean, I think for the guys wearing it, it might confuse them a little bit, but obviously it smells different on different skin. I think tuberose is such a classy note. It does smell really good. I think if I could wear it more during the day and it's not as cloying on me, because it kind of chokes me out a little bit when I wear this. I guess if I limited the sprays, it would be different. But it is really nice. It's got a little bit of a bubblegummy vibe. That's the sweetness that I think could be toned down a little bit, but the tuberose itself is really beautiful in this. And if I'm being honest, I think the bottle of this one is probably my favorite out of all of the Manceras that I own. It's actually a gradient pink to clear, but the liquid is kind of darker. Hold on, I'll show you. But it's still really pretty. Next. Number 6 is probably the most hyped one out of all of them, and I like it, but I have a lot of stuff kind of too similar to it. However, because of its versatility, it made it up to number 6, and it's going to be Selvet Blanc by Mancera. I decanted all that. I did that on accident. I tried to decant about half, but whoops. So it is really nice. It's got that citrus and leather and vanilla. The vanilla in here is actually really beautiful. But I feel like I have a lot of things in this vein already, and the irony is I don't get a lot of compliments when I wear this, and I get compliments on things that I wear like Club Nuit Intense Man EDP left and right, and I'm not exaggerating that. So I kind of thought that this was going to be more because Manceras, you know, they project further typically. And I think it's nice, but I guess I didn't get the reaction that I wanted out of this. Again, it might have been different if this wasn't so hyped, but everyone just acts like this is the holy grail of Mancera, and the curse is when you hype something, it has to live up to that expectation. Otherwise, it's really tough. Next. This next one is unique for summertime, and that's why it made it up to this, and it's going to be number 5, Mancera's Oud Lemon Mint. I feel like this is going to be a nice club banger for high heat. That's why I made it up here. It kind of smells like Sprite with a little bit of oud in the background, which I don't mind at all. It's not like an animalic oud. It's a little medicinal, but not bad. It's not heavy. I don't hate it. Honestly, I think it's nice, and I think it's going to bring a little bit uniqueness to the club banging scene. I think these two you could rock in spring and summer if you're going out. Try to have a little fun time at the club while smelling a little different. I'll probably do Velvet Vanilla spring nights, fall and spring nights if I'm going out to a club. Maybe Oud Lemon Mint and Selvet Blanc summer nights when I'm going out to a club. Next. Alright, so this one's number 4 because it's really unique other than the clone that I have of it, and it's going to be Montale's Oud Mazing. Guys, fruity oudy. There's not a lot to say about this. I definitely smell the grapes and the fig in here. Definitely really musky. It's got that oudiness there. It smells really good. And this has been, ironically, a really big compliment getter for me. Like, the more I wear it, the more compliments I get, and the more I realize people really enjoy this scent. It could be because it's a projection monster, which it really is. But it's a really nice one, and the more I wear it, the more I enjoy it. Next. I think this next one is my second one after Instant Crush that I got from the House of Mancera, and it's going to be Mancera's Red Tobacco. Guys, pear with tobacco, the main 2 notes, projects like a monster, a little aggressive at the beginning, but I don't mind it at all, and gets compliments like you couldn't imagine. Not very appropriate for heat, but it smells really, really good, and this is one of the only fragrances that my mom has complimented me on, although she did compliment me on Cedrat Boisé as well. So anything that my mom compliments me on makes it to any list, because she, A, doesn't usually smell what I'm wearing, and she was able to smell both of these. B, doesn't really care that much. They don't really swear in either direction, so if she actually says, you smell good, that's huge. This made that list, and I really like how it smells, and my coworkers enjoyed it. I wore this to work and no one felt choked out, which is pretty cool. Don't try that at your job. I can get away with it where I work. I don't know about you guys, but it smells really good again. And if you control your sprays, this is a definite beast. You could wear it out to a date night, probably more of like a winter club banging one in my opinion, but you could control your sprays and wear this on a date night. It's a really sexy fragrance in my opinion. Next. So number 2 and number 1 could change depending on what day you ask, but I think they're 2 of my newer ones and I really love them. And number 2 as of today is going to be Mancera's Juicy Flowers. Guys, picture Instant Crush and Jardin Exclusive or Amber Oud Gold, Herba Pura had a baby. That's Juicy Flowers. You got the floral background and you got the fruit and the musk just all over, and it's so good. And it's a compliment getter for sure. And I love wearing it, and I think the heat is so perfect for this DNA, and I love the smell of it. And also I love this gorgeous bottle. Yeah, really nice. However, this video is running too long, so I'm gonna kind of speed through. Juicy Flowers, watch my video of it. I love it a lot, and you can tell in the video where I'm 100% beaming about my favorite Mancera purchase ever, which is this one, because number 1's actually a Montale. So next. So as of today, my favorite out of Montale and Mancera that I own is going to be Montale's Oud Tobacco. You guys already know how I feel about this fragrance. It smells so good. It is one of the classiest fragrances I feel like I own, because no matter where I go, I get complimented on it. As appropriate, I wore this to a very upscale dinner in Beverly Hills, and I feel like this was the perfect fragrance out of my collection to wear. I smelled like $1,000,000. What else are you gonna wear to Beverly Hills, guys? It is tobacco. It's not an abrasive tobacco. It's nothing like red tobacco at all, because people have asked me that. Nothing at all. This is soft. This has some orange blossom and vanilla. It is a gorgeous fragrance. It says oud tobacco. I don't get any oud from this, and it's better because this composition, it's so perfect. If you're looking for something that's really upscale, not a masculine fragrance, but again, I wouldn't say this one really is either, but if things like this go with your skin, definitely try them. At least get a sample if you can. This is so, so, so good. This, I would deem backup bottle worthy, and in fact I will eventually get a backup bottle, especially because I don't ever know how much is in my bottles from Montale because you can't see and they feel really light. Anyways, those are my top 10 ranked from the houses of Montale and Mancera. Let me know what you guys think down below, especially if you have any of these. Give me your opinion. If you have something that I said was maybe feminine and you're a male, comment down below. Let me know the reactions you've gotten when you've worn them. Club bangers. Again, other subscribers read your comments, so put down any information that you find valuable for other people that you may want to read in the comment section down below. As always, like this video if you liked it. Be subscribed to this channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!